Good morning, and thank you for tuning into our special Valentine's Day episode of Daybreak. I'm your host, Taylor Spirito.
And I'm your host, Nick Tomarello.
On today's episode, see how Nick and I fare in a special Valentine's Day themed game.
And if you didn't have a Valentine this year, don't worry because we have details on why Pittsburgh is the best city for singles in Pennsylvania.
Find out what you need to know about a recent bridge closure downtown.
And we have all you need to know in sports, tech, and entertainment, including a lovey-dovey story by host of Breaking It Down with Bree, Brianna McCall.
Wake up and smell the roses, Pittsburgh. Daybreak starts now.
Start your mornings with us, only on Daybreak.
Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Daybreak. Now, Taylor, this week has been crazy with all of the weather that's been going on, especially on Wednesday. I don't know if you remember, around 10 a.m., 10:30, we had a blizzard downtown, and then it was sunny just right after that.
Yeah, we had an 8 a.m. together, and I remember going to that 8 a.m. It was completely fine. I was ready to go and learn, and then immediately after, I had to walk across campus, back over to the library, and I was so covered in snow. It was crazy. Well, Colton, what do you got for us?
Well, Nick and Taylor, unfortunately, sorry, Taylor, I think we are going to see that snow once again in the week, but we are going to get things started on Saturday with some sunny skies, also cloudy there with a high of 35, and on Sunday you will have to bring those coats and those tassel caps out once again, as we are going to see some snow, which the temperatures aren't really going to be changing that much, as we're going to get a high of 35 and a low of 25, and on Monday that snow is going to push past us, but you should keep those jackets and those tassel caps out as the sun is going to be coming back out, but it is going to be cloudy with temperatures still not changing, with a high of 34 and a low of 19. And also for the rest of the week, you can expect a mix of some pretty partly cloudy skies and some rain as well in the mix. But the good news is temperatures are supposed to rise again, not really that much though, probably to around the low 40s, and then next weekend it should rise up again to the high 40s. So that is all for weather. Now let's send it back to our super sweet couple on the couch, Nick and Taylor.
But here's your city and campus news. While Valentine's Day is mostly reserved for celebrating being in love, one recent survey has released a list of most favorable cities in each state for people who are single. Pittsburgh is just one city to be named and was picked as Insurify's top Pennsylvania city for people not in a relationship. According to Insurify.com, quote, the data scientists at Insurify collected information on population statistics, economic indices, and dating app opportunities, end quote. The website also says that they looked at the United States Census Bureau to determine which cities had the most singles and least discrepancy in gender ratios. Finally, Insurify gathered statistics to rank cities by overall expenses, rent, and restaurant prices, as well as getting some inside info from Tinder sociologist Jess Carbino to, quote, factor in considerations of the United States' largest Tinder markets, end quote. Pittsburgh came out on top for the state of Pennsylvania, joining other big names like New York City, Las Vegas, and Baltimore for the best cities for singles in their respective states.
In campus news, changes are coming to Point Park's Point Alert system. According to our friends at the Globe, just over 1/3 of Point Park students registered for the Point Alert service. Point Park Chief of Police Jeffrey Bisong told the Globe that Point Alert will become an automated option to enroll and will pop up with a message when a student logs on to their portal. Students will also have the option to opt out of the notifications. Bisong said, quote, our goal is to remove some of the validation steps as we are seeing a large number of people who remain not validated or do not wish to put forth the effort to subscribing despite wanting notifications.
Also in campus news, Point Park Point Park Athletics has once again made a name for itself by earning first-place titles last week. The men's and women's track and field teams are continuing to impress, as both won gold at the River States Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships. These first-place finishes came in the form of a repeat, as multiple names have continued to impress, like senior Anna Shields and junior Xavier Stevens. Shields ranked in the top spot in collegiate mile time in December and continues to shine as Point Park's top runner. Stevens has also been making a name for himself, and he placed first overall in the men's mile and 800 meter. Other teams making headlines for the Pioneers include the cheer and dance teams. The competitive cheer team took home 2 big wins at Siena Heights over the weekend in both the invitational portion against 4 other teams and a one-on-one battle with the hosts of the competition. The competitive dance team swept its competitors by going 3-0 at St. Francis and Siena Heights. The dance team currently sits in the top 10 of the NAIA heading into their regional competition that takes place next weekend. Sophomore Kayla McDonald, who has been part of the team since her freshman year, says, quote, "We always give it our all. We are working on improving our skills and routine over the next week so we can give our best possible performance at regionals," end quote.
Point Park will play host to a media resume workshop for Pittsburgh area college students on February 19th. According to the event website, the free workshop will include help from the people running the Mid-Atlantic Emmys and will include a panel of media professionals in both reporting and production. Students will have the opportunity to ask questions and learn how to prepare and submit content for broadcasting competitions, and will also gain skills to boost their resume reels and website samples. Pre-registration is closed, and the event will take place from 6 to 8 p.m. in Lawrence Hall 200.
Point Park hired Miss Vanessa Love as the new director of Title IX and Diversity. According to a statement from Point Park's Office of Student Resources, Love previously worked at CCAC, where she served as civil rights investigator. She also served as the Title IX investigator for Howard University in Washington, D.C. Love received her bachelor's degree in political science, her master's degree in public and international affairs, and a Juris Doctor from the University of Pittsburgh Law School. The statement says, quote, "Her passion for providing a fair, inclusive environment, along with her desire to ensure that everyone has a voice, makes her a welcome addition to our team," end quote. United Student Government Vice President Brittany Arp had the chance to be present in Love's interview alongside USG President Kaylee Kearns and said, quote, "From a student's perspective, the initiative and drive Love showed during her interview made me feel like she's someone who would move the department in the right direction. Love showed nothing but kindness in her interview, and I believe she is a positive addition to the Title IX department," end quote.
And in other news, students who used the Rachel Carson Bridge to commute downtown had to use its sister bridge, the Andy Warhol, on Monday. The Rachel Carson Bridge, located on 9th Street, will be closed for a year-long rehabilitation project that includes replacing lighting and sidewalks, repairs to the structure, and a new gold paint job. According to the Pittsburgh Department of Public Works, the just over $23 million project will also include a new lane configuration that drivers will be sure to notice. Instead of 4 lanes of traffic with 2 lanes going in each direction, the bridge will downsize to 3 lanes of traffic with wider shoulders. Both ends of the bridge will have 1 lane that widens into 2 lanes, connecting the main roads on the other side. The project is expected to last through the summer of 2020.
Now, you've already heard the weather from Daybreak reporter Colton Tobias, but he also has the inside story on how one Point Park student has teamed up with a life-changing organization.
Colton Tobias has the details.
The idea started here at Cardamone's Hair Salon on Forbes Avenue, where Christina Wanacott, a freshman screenwriting major here at Point Park, got the idea to raise awareness for kids who lose their hair due to chronic diseases. That is when she got in contact with the Wigs for Kids, who have been doing exactly that for over 30 years.
And everyone I spoke with there was so happy and so eager to do whatever they could to help these wonderful children that I wanted to be a part of it.
People started to donate through raffle baskets, silent auction items, and getting their hair cut at Cardamone's. And this event has made Wigs for Kids very proud for what they are trying to accomplish.
These are little, beautiful people that are lacking a little self-confidence. And so events like this help not only spread our message of the joy that we're bringing to these kiddos, but also tell the community that these kids matter, their stories matter, their families matter.
The next step for the project is the beginning of filming a student-produced film that Wanacott wrote the screenplay for, called Casting Call. But as for the Wigs for Kids event, it is something that is very close to Wanacott's heart, knowing she went through the same treatments as these kids are going through today.
I have 4 very healthy grandchildren, and I have 2 healthy sons. And I also went through treatments and I lost my hair. So I know what it's like to lose your hair.
But stay tuned, lovers, because after the break, find out which of Hollywood's favorite singers and musicians took home a Grammy Award.
And find out where our Pittsburgh Penguins currently stand in the NHL.
We have all that and more coming up on Daybreak.
Three, two, one.
Here at the Pioneer Sideline,
we covered the real sports.
on another season, the Penguins are just getting started with the regular season this week.
Pioneer Sideline.
Welcome back to Daybreak, lovebirds. I'm Lindsay Carson with your Pittsburgh Sports News. The Pittsburgh Penguins lost 4 games in a row, which caused fans to express some concern. However, on Monday, February 11th, the Penguins had a big win against their longtime rival, the Philadelphia Flyers. The final score of the game was Penguins 4, Flyers 1. That night, Penguins goaltender Matt Murray reached a career high, making 50 saves. Chris Letang also had a big night that night, becoming the defenseman with the most goals scored in franchise history. Evgeny Malkin did get suspended for 1 game because he had a high sticking on Michael Raffl of the Flyers. Jared McCann and Nick Bjugstad seem to be adjusting to the Penguins' way of playing. McCann scored a goal against his former team, the Florida Panthers, on Thursday, February 7th, and Bjugstad scored a goal against the Flyers on February 11th. Despite their off week, the Penguins are still in a wild card spot for the playoffs. The rest of February will be interesting for the Penguins as they're scheduled to play some Stanley Cup contenders. They will be traveling back to Philadelphia on February 23rd to take the Battle of PA outside and participate in the 2019 Stadium Series. Then, February 25th is the NHL trade deadline, so that's when fans will know for sure what kind of team the Penguins will be going into the end of the season. That's all for sports, and now I'll send it over to our darling Jess Dillon with national news.
Thanks, lovely Lindsay. After a brutal 35-day shutdown, Congress has potentially reached an agreement regarding border security. According to U.S. News & World Report, a tentative deal has been reached that grants the president $1.35 billion, but not for a wall. This money would go towards a 55-mile fence along the U.S. and Mexico border. This is less than the $1.6 billion offered to the president twice before. Both were declined, leading to the shutdown. This deal must be written into legislation and passed through Congress before the president can approve or deny it. President Trump has originally requested $5.7 billion for border security, but was denied. Trump is extremely determined to get a wall, no matter what it takes. He has even threatened to invoke a national emergency, then redirect money from the federal services to the border wall. Democrats and even some Republicans have shown opposition to this idea. The president has even said he'd be, quote, proud to shut down the government to receive this funding. Many Republicans who have previously been in support of the president have spoken out against this idea. This including Fox News host Sean Hannity, who said, quote, any Republican that supports this garbage compromise, you will have to explain. Look at this crowd. Look at the country. Finally, we have some late-breaking news. According to a statement made by White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, President Trump will sign the government funding bill and declare a national emergency to fund the border wall. That's it for national news this week. Let's send it over to Daybreak's handsome hunk, Andrew Brinker, with your timely tech news.
Thanks, Jess. Apple Chief Executive Tim Cook has announced that the company will open an investigation into a Saudi Arabian app that some users are using to prevent women from traveling. According to the BBC, Absure is an app used in Saudi Arabia to simplify certain government services like renewing a driver's license. But one of the government services that the app provides is allowing men to register their wives, sisters, or daughters in order to track and restrict them from leaving the country. In Saudi Arabia, women are legally required to have permission from a male guardian, which is typically a husband or father, in order to travel internationally. If a female is registered under a male guardian on the app, that guardian receives a notification, often on a smartphone, when the female attempts to leave the country. From there, the guardian can either restrict or permit the woman from traveling. Human Rights Watch claims that apps of this kind can be used to perpetuate cases of domestic abuse and discrimination. Both Apple and Google have been called on to remove the app from their respective stores. Cook told NPR that he was not previously aware of the app. And an 18-year-old Reddit user decided to get vaccinated after asking people on the social networking site if he needed parental consent. According to the BBC, Ethan Lindenberger of Ohio was frustrated after his mother refused to give him permission to get vaccinated, so he took to Reddit. It was there that he found out that in Ohio, after turning 18, parental consent is no longer required for vaccines. So Lindenberger did what he thought was best for the safety of himself and his family. He got vaccinated. So far, the teen has received 5 vaccines, which his mother still doesn't approve of, but Lindenberger says he still loves and respects her. The teen has additionally noted that his younger brother has told him that he also wants to be vaccinated. That's your timely tech news. Now let's see what's happening in the world of entertainment with our honey bun, Haley Keys.
Thanks, Andrew. The 61st Grammy Awards took place this past Sunday and featured a variety of artists on the red carpet and the stage. The awards show featured singer Alicia Keys front and center as host of the night. Unlike past years, the show was heavily performance-based with only 9 awards given out on air. Out of those awards, Casey Musgraves took home Album of the Year for Golden Hour, Childish Gambino's song This Is America won Song of the Year, and Ariana Grande was awarded Best Pop Vocal Album for Sweetener. Grande was set to perform at the Grammys, but after a dispute over her song choice, she chose not to perform. However, Grande still made her presence known by taking to Instagram to show off a stunning blue gown. In her caption, she said, quote, "When @ZachPosen makes you a custom gown, it doesn't matter if you're singing or not." Some fans speculated over whether or not Grande wore the dress in honor of her ex-beau, Mac Miller. Miller was nominated for Best Rap Album, but lost to Cardi B for her album Invasion of Privacy. Grande expressed her frustration on Twitter, but later deleted her choice words. Other winners of the night included Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper in the category Best Pop Duo/Group Performance for their song Shallow, and Drake for Best Rap Song God's Plan. And in other pop culture news, the trailer for Frozen 2 was released. Not much about the plot could be determined, however the teaser boosted an autumn theme and introduced a potential new female character. Her name is yet to be announced, but Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell will reprise their roles as the Princess Sisters. Other characters will also return for the sequel. The movie is set to be in theaters November 22nd, and I, for one, can't wait to see Elsa and Anna back in action. That's all I have for entertainment news. This week, let's send it over to our favorite couple, Nick and Taylor.
Absolutely. Well, coming up after the break, Brianna McCall sits down, well, technically goes out and interviews people on what they plan on doing this Valentine's Day. Welcome back to Daybreak, sweethearts. Breaking it down with Bree host Brianna McCall could not be in studio today, but she has prepared a special story for her segment this week that is sure to get your heart throbbing, and your cheeks blushing.
That's right, Taylor. Brianna McCall has the story on how locals plan to spend their Valentine's Day this year.
I'm here in the heart of downtown Pittsburgh figuring out what people are doing for this Valentine's Day weekend. All right, so what's your plans for this upcoming Valentine's Day weekend?
We're going to a volleyball tournament.
I'm going to lay in my bed with my boyfriend and watch Rick and Morty.
And you?
I have a date the day before, and then the weekend after I'm planning on doing something with another guy. So I have 2 dates.
It's a surprise.
I have plans on just dinner, but I don't know what he's surprising me with.
We'll see.
So I live in Pittsburgh and Elizabeth lives in Washington, D.C. So we are celebrating right now, earlier than the weekend. We just went ice skating and we have a couple friends from Ohio here.
My mom. I'm going to this meatball place downtown with my boyfriend.
Me and all my school friends are going out to dinner like here downtown.
Stay with us because after the break, you will get to see how Nick and I celebrate Valentine's Day with a special game.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Troop alongside Jess Paterchak.
Defending his decision to kick out 15 Cuban diplomats from the United States.
Thanks, Allison. Fitness on Demand has returned to Point Park.
Residents fear that Mount Agung will have a repeat of 1963's eruption.
2-star NFL quarterbacks made the headlines this week after wrapping up.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight. For Nick Tomarello, I'm Alex Grubbs. Have a great night.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Today we're joined by Mike Turk, Emma Fetterkyle, and our lovely producer Taylor Fife, who's going to be our moderator today. We've got a special Valentine's Day game planned. First, we got to go over the rules just fairly quickly. It's basically the Whisper Challenge. We have cards that have love lyrics on them. Nick and I are a team. Mike and Emma are a team. One person wears the headphones while the other person says the lyric, and we have to try to guess what they're saying. So are we ready? Everyone?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
we're up first.
It's on.
So you go ahead and put on your headset.
All right.
All right. You ready?
3, 2, 1.
Thinking about you. Thinking about you.
Think about you?
Thinking.
Thing about you.
Thinking.
This is great.
Think
about you. I said that first.
Does she get that? Does she
Thinking
get that?
about you?
She gets that.
She
It's
gets that.
thinking. Good.
Okay,
Did
that
I
was
get
before
it?
30 seconds. Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
1 point for
Thinking.
Taylor and Nick.
It was thinking
Okay.
about you.
I did end up saying that. So.
Yes.
All right.
Is it my turn now?
Absolutely.
It
This
is.
is
Oh, we're
one
rotating
point.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. All right.
Fair chance.
All right, we got this.
I can't hear you.
Okay. All right. Kiss me.
This sucks.
Kiss me. Can I use hand gestures?
No.
Ah, that's terrible. Kiss me
Kiss me
under
under the
light
light
of 1,000
8,000
stars. Should they say
Is
the whole
that
thing
right?
back?
That's right. That's
What?
that's a point.
That was a long sentence.
Wait,
I
my
told
turn.
you.
I
My
can't hear
turn.
anything.
It's tied 1-1.
All right. It's
Wow,
loud,
this
isn't
is-
it?
I'm going deaf.
This is loud.
Like
All right.
tomorrow.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
I don't know what you said, but I'm ready.
Forever. Forever.
Forever.
Ever.
Forever. And
Always.
always. Forever and always.
There it is.
Did I have to repeat the whole thing? Because I didn't.
All right, well, we had a paragraph, not 3 words. That's why.
All right.
I don't
you're
want
up.
to. I
Yeah,
really
you
don't.
had a.
Is it-
We can hear it from out here. Cupid.
Stupid.
Cupid.
Cupid.
There it is.
That's it.
Cupid.
We're done.
One word.
Cupid.
That's it. We're done.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, it was
Okay,
one
after we
word?
got that paragraph,
Yes.
you kinda
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
give it to him.
It's tied.
Wait for the Cupid
All
shuffle
right.
or something.
All right. Oh, I love this song. Okay. All of me.
All of me? Wow.
All of
That's
me.
it?
Yeah.
That's it?
It was like I didn't want to say
Jeez.
olive me, but all
Because
of me.
that's a John
yes.
Legend song.
All of me.
Thank you.
And all.
Don't think I'm hitting
That's
on you.
not the
No.
lyrics.
What? Yes,
All
it
of me
is.
loves all of you.
All right. Can you feel?
Can you feel it?
Can you feel
Can you feel?
the love?
Can you feel the love tonight?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you like the Lion
Yes.
King? Do you like the Lion King?
That's a
I
Lion
love the
King
Lion-
song.
Elton
It
John is my man.
He's coming to Pittsburgh on my birthday this
I
year.
love him. My mom and me, we
Ready?
bond over that
You're
all
ready.
the time.
Wait, hold on. It's
Whenever
going to
you
the
need.
next
Song.
song.
There we
Yeah.
go. That's
All
right.
right.
Oh, I want the
All
headphones.
right, ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Drunk. Drunk
Drunk.
in. Drunk in love.
Drunk.
In.
Drunk.
In.
On.
In love.
Love. Drunk in love.
There it is.
Nice. Are we still tied?
You
Kind
guys
of,
are still tied.
Technically.
We are. I
Except
guess.
Turk Stoss.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
this song. Give it.
Love, love, love,
Love.
like,
Love the Lion King.
love like this.
Love like this.
Yes.
Is it?
It is.
Wow.
You guys are pretty good
Yes.
at this.
Is this really going to end in a tie?
I think it might.
This is a good
I wish we had two headphones. We
is.
could do one. The race.
All right.
Tiebreaker.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
You
Used to call me
to call me.
on my.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Oh man, that was a hard one. Good for them.
You
Beautiful.
used to call me on my cell
Oh. What? Okay.
At least you did that one already.
All right. Love
Love,
on the brain.
love on the brain.
You guys are
That
really
is
good at this
record
game.
speed
Yeah,
right
that's-
there.
you guys are
Daybreak
like
record.
I think you got
I
Cupid
think
faster than
we
that,
spend,
though. So.
I
we
dropped all
spend
my
too
cards.
much
Can I get a
time with
redo?
each other. That might
I only
be
have
the
one
problem.
left.
All right, ready? Shoot. Ready?
Yep.
Baby. Baby.
He's too into the song.
Yeah.
Baby.
Got.
Dogs.
Got.
I would listen to a song called Baby Dogs.
Baby.
Baby. Got.
Baby. Baby got back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's still tied.
Turk. This is anticlimactic.
I just did the same
We
thing. I
automatically
just did the
lose
same
because
thing.
we don't have any more cards.
Is that a party foul?
I keep dropping them.
Oh, do you guys out of cards?
No, I just keep dropping
I
them.
just dropped all of mine on the floor.
I mean,
Here we are.
the two that I see you've already done. Oh, there's two more over there.
Yeah, there's
three
like
more of
6.
them. Never mind.
Hi.
Unbreak.
Enunciate. I love
Unbreak.
hugs.
Unbreak.
Unbroken. I don't.
You're close.
Un-
Unbreak.
On a break. Ross and Rachel.
Oh!
All right.
Give the headphones back.
Wait, who's turn? Oh, it's my turn, right?
Yes.
I can't get
What was it?
It was
Am I allowed to get-
unbreak.
Unbreak?
Unbreak
I
my
thought you
heart.
said
I don't even
unbreak.
know
You
what
know
that
what? I
is.
think we should just cap it there. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident in our abilities to take this home, but you guys did good except for dropping all the cards.
I think we both did good.
Yeah, I
Good
think
job
both-
to our team. That was so much fun.
And to you guys as well. Thank you guys
job.
so much.
Good job.
Thanks. Wow.
Everybody drop it. Everybody just drop them
Bad
now.
idea. Bad idea.
Thank
people.
you guys both so much for coming on. Taylor,
Happy
thank you so
Valentine's
much
Day.
for helping us out.
Yes, and that is it for this week on Daybreak. We hope your Valentine's Day was full of love. I'm your host, Nick Tomarello.
And I'm your host, Taylor Spirito.
Make sure you tune in next week for the news you need, and don't forget to like and follow Daybreak on Facebook at Daybreak on UView.
And be sure to check out the full episode and all of our shows from UView at uview.pointpark.edu. Have a great week, everyone.